Your Sony TV connects to the Wi-Fi, works for a while, and then drops the connection, either cutting off your stream mid-show or forcing you back into network settings again. This is one of the most common Sony TV problems and one of the most solvable. These fixes work through every possible cause, from the simplest to the most technical. Number 6. Restart both the devices correctly. The most overlooked fix for a Sony TV that keeps dropping its Wi-Fi connection is restarting the router and the TV at the same time in the correct order. Over time, routers and TVs accumulate cached network data that becomes stale or conflicted, and the connection grows increasingly unstable as a result. First, unplug the router and any Wi-Fi extenders from power. Wait a full 60 seconds, not 10 seconds, not 30, a full 60. This allows the router to completely clear its temporary memory and DHCP lease table. While the router is restarting, go to your Sony TV's network settings and use the Forget Network function. Go to Settings, then Network, then Wi-Fi, select your network name, and choose Forget. This clears the TV's stored connection data for that specific network entirely. Once the router has fully restarted and all its indicator lights have stabilized, reconnect the Sony TV to your network by selecting it fresh and entering the password. This reestablishes a completely clean connection from both sides, and for many users, this single step permanently resolves the disconnection problem without any additional steps. Number 5. Assign a static IP address. When a Sony TV repeatedly drops its Wi-Fi, one of the most effective and lasting solutions is assigning a static IP address rather than relying on the router's automatic DHCP address assignment system. DHCP automatically gives your TV a network address when it connects, but routers expire and renew these addresses on a set schedule. If the DHCP lease expires while the TV is in use, or if the router reassigns the address to another device on the network, the TV loses its connection identity and disconnects. Go to Settings, then Network Setup or Network Status. Select Manual or Static IP Configuration. Assign a specific IP address within your router's range that no other device is currently using. For example, 192.168.1.200. Set the subnet mask to 255.255.2555 WNRO. Set the gateway to your router's IP address, typically 192.168.1.1. For DNS, enter 8.8.8.8 as primary and 8.8.4.4 as secondary. These are Google's public DNS servers, and they are consistently fast and stable. A static IP prevents the TV from ever losing its network identity through a DHCP renewal event. Number 4. Change your router's channel to a fixed setting. Routers set to automatic channel selection change their operating channel over time to reduce interference from neighboring networks. When your router switches channels, every device connected to it must reestablish its connection. Some Sony TVs handle this channel transition poorly and fail to reconnect automatically, resulting in a dropped connection. Log into your router's admin panel, typically accessed by typing 192.168.1.1 into a browser on a phone or laptop that is connected to your home network. Find the wireless settings for the 2.4 GHz band. Change channel selection from automatic to a fixed channel, or 11 on the 2.4 GHz band, since these three channels do not overlap and deliver the most stable signal. If your Sony TV supports 5 GHz Wi-Fi and your router broadcasts both bands, try connecting the TV to the 5 GHz network instead. The 5 GHz band is faster and far less congested in residential areas, which dramatically improves connection stability for a TV that streams video constantly. Drop your router brand in the comments below. Different routers need different fixes, and we will point you to the exact right setting for yours. 3. Update firmware. Sony releases firmware updates that specifically fix Wi-Fi connectivity bugs, reconnection failures, and error codes, including 1107 and 2200, that commonly appear on Sony TVs experiencing persistent network drop issues. Keeping the firmware current is one of the most reliable long-term solutions. On the Sony TV, go to Settings, then Customer Support or About, then System Software Update. If the TV is unable to reach the internet to download the update, visit Sony's official support website from a phone or computer, search for your exact model number, download the firmware file onto a USB drive, and install it manually through the TV's update menu. For the router, check the manufacturer's website or the router's own admin panel for available firmware updates. Router firmware updates frequently improve DHCP lease handling, wireless channel management, and device compatibility, all of which directly affect how reliably your Sony TV holds its network connection over time. Number 2. Extend the router's DHCP lease time. If the Sony TV disconnects at regular intervals, every few hours, or at roughly consistent times throughout the day, the router's DHCP lease expiration is a very likely cause. Many routers default to a short DHCP lease time of 1 or 2 hours, meaning every connected device must renegotiate its network address on that schedule. Some Sony TVs handle this renegotiation poorly and drop the connection instead of seamlessly renewing it as they should. Log into your router's admin panel and navigate to the DHCP settings. Increase the lease time to a minimum of 24 hours. Many router models allow settings up to 72 hours or longer. Extending the lease interval means the TV's network address remains fully stable for a much longer period between renewals. This particular fix is especially effective for users who notice the Sony TV reliably disconnects during overnight hours or after extended periods of inactivity, since those are exactly the times when short DHCP leases expire and require renewal. Number 1. Factory reset the TV's network settings. When every external fix has been applied correctly and the Sony TV still drops its Wi-Fi connection repeatedly, the TV's internally stored network data has become corrupted. A network settings reset, or in persistent cases, a full factory reset, clears that corrupted data completely and restores the network system to a clean working state. Go to Settings, then Network, and look for an option to reset the network settings. On some Sony TV models, this is found under Settings, then Device Preferences, then Reset. After the reset, reconnect the TV to your Wi-Fi network from scratch without importing any previous settings from before. If a network-only reset does not resolve the disconnection issue, perform a full factory reset of the TV through Settings, then Device Preferences, then Reset. Set the TV up completely from scratch, connect to Wi-Fi manually, and monitor the connection stability over the next 48 hours of normal use. If disconnections continue even after a complete factory reset, the TV's internal Wi-Fi module has developed a hardware fault, and service from a Sony authorized repair center is the appropriate next step.